All of the desert. So you're not averse taking a little trip? Wonderful. As I mentioned earlier, the request comes to us from the Adventurers Guild in Hulda. Once you arrive, seek out Mamodi, the arbitress of the quicksand. Think of her as the Sultanate's version of myself. Chances are she'll send you in the midst of a danger, but I have every confidence that you will pull through unscathed. Now, off you go, Joseph, and good luck. Welcome to the quicksand, friend. I'm a tad busy right now. If you wouldn't mind showing us off to, judging by your determined expression, I take it you ain't here for hell. Are you called Joseph by any chance? Mion sent word that you'd be reporting for duty. She also made a point of calling you the adventurer of the moment. That ain't no small praise coming from her. But you didn't come all the way here to listen to my prattle. Doubtless you're eager to get started, so let's talk business, shall we? Into a copper hell. The petitioner ought to be arriving any moment now. Gods almighty, another second under that sun and I would have been set to fire. Take her novel if you would be so kind. Excellent timing, Papa Ashan. It just so happens the adventurer who'll be handling your petition is here. So this strapping young lad is the much-lauded adventurer, is he? Marvelous, marvelous. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, good sir. I am Papa Shan, formerly of the Sultan's Sworn. I thank you for agreeing to lend us your aid. Mayhap you'd like to appraise Joseph of his mission? Yes, of course. The petition in question was submitted by an acquaintance of mine at Amagine and Sons Mineral Concern. It relates to an unfortunate development at Copperbell Mines. To be plain, giants have seized control of the place. These giants are of the clan known as the Hakatu Chairs, fearsome creatures who were sealed within the deepest depths of the mines during the bygone Thorn dynasty. Alas, it seems they have managed to break through the layer of rock which served to imprison them, and now prowl the tunnels where the miners ply their trade. The creatures are justifiably angry about their treatment at the hands of our ancestors, and their presence has forced the suspension of all mining activities on the site. It is no wonder they're angry. Didn't the Thorn dynasty come to an end over 300 years ago? You know your history well, milady. The people of that age used the Hecaton chairs to work their mines. By way of enchanted helms, they were able to bind the ferocious creatures to their will. But as is oft the way in such tales, these enchantments eventually failed, and as slaves rose up against their masters. In a desperate bid to contain the unbridled fury of the Hecate's, our ancestors imbued the collapse of the mine's lowermost levels, so it was that the great giant revolt was ended, buried beneath 100,000 tons of rock. Well, now, that's got me thinking. I seem to recall there being an article about Copperbell in the Mithro a fortnight or so ago. It said the mines were being reopened so as to meet the rising demand of building materials. Like as not, our boys dug a bit too deep and defeat the giants. Gods, to think the poor creatures are still alive and kicking after 3 centuries. That's a long time to nurse a grudge. They must be thieving. Indeed, and that makes them a danger to us all. There will be no mining at Copperbell so long as they remain. For the sake of both peace and prosperity, they must be subdued. This is a task which would have you undertake. I'll not deny that the mission will be rough with danger, but our need is great, and so I beg you, put an end to this sorry business. God bless you. I feared you might have reservations, but I assure you it is for the best. In case you don't know, Copperbell mines are in Western Thailand. Do they carry you here? And one last thing before you depart. An employee of Amagin and Sons is presently at the quicksand. The fellow's name is Painted Mesa, and he knows Copperbell mines well. It may behoove you to seek his counsel. Looking for Painted Mesa? You found them. So you're the adventurer who's volunteered to deal with the mess down in Copperbell, are you? You've got guts, mate. I just hope you've got skills to go with them, cause things aren't pretty down there. The Hecaton heirs left a place in the right state and area a week after mining resumed. I don't know if you know this, but Copperbell was old when the second Ul dynasty was still young, and it was abandoned centuries ago. If it hadn't been for the shortage of materials needed for the rebellion effort, the concern would never have fought to reopen it. We knew full well about the giants beforehand, but the project went ahead anyway. I mean, nothing could possibly survive being buried under a mountain's worth of rock for 3 centuries, right? Wrong. Our miners dug up more than they bargained for. One swing of the pickaxe too many, and they found themselves in a company of giants. Unless we can subdue them, the nation's glorious recovery grind to a halt for want of to build with. The stone torches keeping watch over the entrance in case the giants fancy some sunlight and fresh air. One of them will be able to show you the way in. The hope of the nation's resting on you, friend. Best of luck. There's been an incident inside Copperbell, Miles. We are here to ensure that its effects are contained, but for your own safety I suggest you stay well away from here. What? You're the adventurer who's volunteered to quell the Akanton chairs? I don't think that Papa Shan would be able to find someone so quickly. If at all. The giants are content to wreak havoc inside the mines for now, but it's only a matter of time before they think to come outside. The sooner you see to them, the better. Make ready as you can do and enter at will.